Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're jumping right into a really fascinating explainer all about the holistic wellness and the pure, hard science of natural space clearing. We're going to look closely at an ancient practice that is, honestly, so much more than just a tradition. Together, we're going to uncover the deep connections between the atmosphere we live in, the energy of our spaces, and how ancient natural resins actually change our indoor environments for the better. But before we get into the details, I want you to really ask yourself this. Is the incense currently burning in your home purifying the air, or is it poisoning it? We often just light incense mindlessly, figuring, hey, if it smells good, it must be doing something good, right? But as we pull back the curtain on modern manufacturing and compare it to ancient science, you might find yourself fundamentally rethinking your daily home practices. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with ancient energy and space clearing, move into the science of air quality, and look at harvesting the sacred resin. Then we'll tackle natural resin versus toxic chemicals, explore rituals for life's milestones, and finish up with your safe daily practice. Starting with Section 1, Ancient Energy and Space Clearing, Altering Your Room's Energy Structure. In traditional Indian culture, a huge amount of attention is paid to the shape and the size of a room. Why? Because physical dimensions actually dictate how energy structures form. Think about it. If a room has massive cross-ventilation, it practically feels like the outdoors. But let's be real, in our modern lives, we're usually closed in, and those closed spaces create energetic structures that can either actively support you or kind of become a mental hurdle. To truly wrap our heads around this, we have to look at a profound insight from traditional practitioner Sadhguru. He says, "Incense is about the atmosphere, not about you." That totally shifts the perspective, doesn't it? We usually just burn fragrances to please our own noses. But traditionally, burning these materials is an active tool. It's meant to shape and balance the energetic structure of the room itself. And the ultimate tool for this kind of space clearing is Sambrani. So what is it? Sambrani is a powerful natural tree resin that's been used for ages in Ayurvedic traditions, specifically for air purification and generating positive energy. I want to be super clear right from the start, though. True Sambrani is not your generic mass-produced incense stick. It's a highly potent natural substance that removes negative energy and completely revitalizes a closed space. Section 2, the science of air quality, biological benefits of natural resin. Now, what's really interesting here is how we bridge those mystical energy concepts with actual, tangible, biological science. When we talk about cleansing a space, we aren't just talking about a vague feeling. We are talking about actual, physical, biological alterations to the very air you are breathing. This scientifically backed household benefits are honestly incredible. Research shows that burning Sambrani acts as a natural antibacterial agent. It literally kills bacteria in the air. But it goes way beyond that. The smoke naturally reduces household dampness, which actively protects your clothes and books from mold. Got mosquitoes during the rainy season? It's a powerful natural repellent. And on a mental level, the specific aroma stimulates the brain to relieve stress and anxiety, which completely paves the way for deep focus, meditation, and much better sleep. Section 3, Harvesting the Secret Resin, the decades-long journey. So where does this incredible substance even come from? Knowing the origin story of Sambrani really builds a deep appreciation for just how rare and potent it is. I mean, this isn't whipped up in a lab somewhere. It is literally born from deep patience. True Sambrani simply cannot be rushed. Picture this, day 1, a seed is planted deep in the forest. It takes 30 to 50 years for that tree to fully mature. Over those decades, a hollow core forms inside its solid exterior, and it's right there that the specialized resin naturally drips and collects. Today, harvesters have to walk for miles deep into the forest just to find these mature trees and carefully collect that raw resin. It is an incredibly precious and scarce material. Section 4, Natural resin versus toxic chemicals, the danger in modern homes. So the crucial point is, what happens when the modern market tries to mass produce and replicate a precious 50-year-old resin? Well, the ugly truth is that the commercialization of incense has created a massive, hidden health hazard right in our living rooms. 80%. Just take a second to let that staggering number sink in. It's estimated that up to 80% of the modern incense available on the market today is made purely of toxic, factory-made chemicals. We are taking the exact same industrial chemicals found on streets and in manufacturing plants, and we are voluntarily lighting them inside our own homes. The contrast is absolutely stark. On one side, you have natural Sambrani resin,
It's antibacterial, forest harvested, and safely balances your energy. On the other side, you have synthetic incense sticks. Burning these chemical toxins in closed, unventilated rooms is incredibly dangerous. It completely defeats the entire purpose of space clearing. Instead of purifying the air, you are actively polluting your home with industrial byproducts. And hey, while we're on the subject of the modern market, beware of the gimmicks. Sadhguru actually shared a hilarious anecdote about visiting a spiritual expo in the West. He described it as this chaotic fair where people were selling the most bizarre, nonsensical items for space clearing. We're talking twisted roots that you're supposed to grind up with the jawbone of a live whale just to make yourself invisible. I mean, it's funny, but the underlying message is dead serious. True energy work and space clearing are grounded in simple natural science, not bizarre commercial gimmicks. Section 5, Rituals for Life's Milestones, Cleansing Through Transitions. Let's shift gears a bit and look at how the scientific properties of pure Sambrani have been applied historically during life's most significant and sometimes most difficult transitions. This leads us into some really profound traditional practices. When a major family event happens, specifically a death in the family, the energy of the home drastically changes. Traditionally, from day 1 all the way up to day 11, Sambrani is continuously burned to comprehensively cleanse the air and reset the emotional atmosphere. By the 12th day, the energetic structure and the physical air of the home are considered completely purified and reset. It was also the immediate first response to illness. Historically, the very first thing families would do when someone fell sick was light Sambrani. Because of its proven antibacterial properties, it wasn't just some spiritual comfort. It was a highly practical method to kill airborne bacteria and restore physical vitality to the living space. Section 6, Your Safe Daily Practice, a Ritual for Balanced Energy. Let's move to our final section and see how all of this builds into something you can actually use today. We've seen the science, the history, and the benefits. So how do we safely implement a ritual for balanced energy in our own homes? First up, a highly critical warning. Even with purely natural resin, excessive smoke can trigger asthma and respiratory issues. True space clearing is not about suffocating yourself in a thick cloud of smoke. You must always prioritize airflow and massive cross-ventilation when using any smoke-based clearing to keep it safe for everyone. So here is a highly actionable, safe practice for your home. Step 1. Open your windows to ensure massive cross-ventilation, making the room feel almost like the outdoors. Step 2. Light pure, naturally harvested tree resin. Always double-check that it's not a chemical knockoff. Step 3. Sit back or meditate. Just allow the aroma to naturally relieve stress, calm anxiety, and really hone your mental focus. Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Look around the room you are sitting in right now. How will you change the energy structure of your home today? Are you going to continue letting unventilated chemical air dictate your mood? Or will you audit your indoor environment, open a window, and fully embrace the natural science of space clearing? The choice and the energy of your space is entirely in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.